My Millionaire Ex-Girlfriend. This is another, personal life story that I'm going to share with you guys today. This is the first girl I ever dated. So this story, I'm hoping it's going to, give you guys some perspective as to why you don't need to get rich fast. You don't need to, make a lot of money to attract women. You really, you really don't need anything at all, to get women, honestly. But I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. All right. So this is back when I was 15, right? This is the first girl I ever dated. Now, she came from like a millionaire rich family. Her dad was some kind of entrepreneur. He owned two mansions that were across the street from each other, one for him and one for his ex-wife, so that the kids can be like across the street from each other, right? Crazy. Now, this girl that I was dating, she was dating another, like, a rich guy before me. Like, she was dating the son of some, like, millionaire doctor or something, right? Right before me. And she left him for me. Basically, we started talking on Facebook. Now, at this point, I had never kissed a girl. I had never done anything. I was totally brand new to the game, So me and her start talking on Facebook, and she says she wants to hang out with me and she likes me. And here's the thing, I lived in like a really crappy neighborhood back then. I didn't even own like a polo t-shirt. I had like a white tee and like some khaki shorts. Didn't have a car, didn't have anything. I'm like a high school sophomore. Didn't have a job, I didn't do anything. I was just like completely like whatever, right? But she just liked me a lot because she liked my energy, she liked my confidence, she liked my like don't really care attitude, right? It was kind of just like, like stupid, superficial, bad boy things about me that she liked, right? But here's the thing. So we start dating, right? And I didn't know she was so rich until I went to her house. Basically, the first time we ever hanged out, I go to her house, right? And it's like this giant mansion. I like my mom drops me off at the house and I'm like shaking while I'm walking up the stairs, and she like opens the door for me and we go in. And she has like a real movie theater inside her house, not like a projector screen, but like a real like AMC quality like movie theater in her house, right? Craziness. So me and her are hanging out and like we start making out and stuff like that, and all that good stuff, and we date for a while. And as time goes on, she starts telling me how like she's not happy and like how this money doesn't mean anything to her. And she was like 14 and she's like already on depression medication, and like she's just unhappy. Like she has all the money in the world, she's set for life, right? Her dad is going to be like able to provide for her forever. And I could just see it in her eyes that she's like dead inside. And this is mind-blowing to me because I always thought, when you don't have money, you watch like I would watch the 50 Cent movie, like Get Rich or Die Tryin', right? And I'm like, dude, once I get the money, I'm going to get the power, I'm going to be so happy, I'm going to get all the women, it's all complete BS. You do not need to get money to attract women. And this girl, I stole her from a guy that is rich. Like he lives in a house just as big as hers. And I lived in like a little 2-bedroom, 1-story house, in like a crummy neighborhood. And she's going for me. She doesn't even want that other guy. I didn't have a penny to my name. And she's just like infatuated with me. And, it really blew my mind. It shattered my reality. And I'm so glad that this was my first girlfriend because I never felt like I needed money to impress a woman after that. The fact that I was able to pull this off as a nobody with no money. I've never even dated a girl before. And I was able to get a girl like this to give me a chance. Let me know that I don't have to be in this big rush to become some like millionaire, 50 Cent, get rich or die trying kind of, like it doesn't even matter, right? So we dated for a little while and we eventually ended up, she was actually the only girl who ever broke up with me. And she was just doing it to kind of like play games. Like she wanted to see what I would do. And when she broke up with me, I was kind of like, all right, well, screw you then. We're done. Like if you stick a knife in my back, I'll kick you over a mountain. So that's what I did. I like totally cut her off. I stopped talking to her. And about like a week later, she went crazy and tried to get me back. But, once you betray me one time, you're like my enemy for life. That was just like my mentality. So we never dated again. And she ended up going crazy. She ended up dating like a bunch of fat guys after me. And then she like got kicked out of school and went to rehab. And then she like broke out of rehab and got sent to some all women's like retreat or whatever. And she just became like a train wreck after that. But the whole moral of the story is that I was a nobody. I had no money. I had nothing. I didn't even have a nice shirt or a car. And I was able to take this girl from a guy who's a millionaire, right? So what does that tell you about money and women? It tells you you don't need a dollar to attract women. You don't have to have anything. You know what I'm saying? So that should take the pressure off you to feel like you need to get rich super quickly and become like this big hot shot, and like you cannot get women until you get the money. That is the biggest lie that they tell us in America, that you have to get rich to get money. Actually, the poorer you are, the more women you can just straight up get, because they're not going to try to use you for anything. See, when people know you have money, they're going to delay you certain gratifications and hold out the sex and hold out because they want to get the money first. You know, they want to extract that out of you before they give you anything. So meanwhile, while they're extracting the money from you and you're waiting, you know, she's sleeping with some broke guy like me behind your back. You know, she's getting rammed by some dude who doesn't have $10 for gas money, you know. Meanwhile, you're taking her to like the Red Lobster and holding out, hoping that like tonight's the night. You know, she can do that with you because she's still getting her needs met by a broke guy. So you're starving sexually because you're holding out, hoping she's finally going to give it to you, you know, because you have money. Meanwhile, she's getting all her needs met by some broke guy who doesn't have, you know, $10 in his bank account. And she's, you know, she's winning. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's not really winning, but compared to you, I guess she's winning if you're like the rich guy who's, you know, trying to spend the money to get her. So that's really the moral of the story. That was like $1 million experience for me. That really, I'm so blessed that that happened. The relationship didn't really mean much. It was like garbage. But I'm so glad that I was able to attract a rich, good-looking girl as my very first girlfriend, because that set the tone for me. That let me know that I'll never have to spend money to get a woman again, right? And before you guys say, oh, well, it's probably because you're good-looking, that's why she gave you a chance. No, that's BS, because she dated a bunch of ugly broke dudes right after me. I mean, hideous, like 200 pounds overweight, you know, like face full of acne, like after me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a good-looking dude, but she dated way uglier dudes after me that were just as broke as I was. So that's not an excuse. Being good looking is not an excuse. It's just I made her feel good. Something about my energy hit the right notes with her and made her want me. And that just goes to show that money can't do that. Money cannot trigger those push her buttons, you know, to make her like you. It's something about your character, something about your swagger or your personality that's going to make them, you know, addicted to you. So never feel like you have to have money ever again, you know, to get women. And that's really just the moral of the story, guys. You know, take your time, enjoy your life, save up your money, make your money slowly. Don't feel like you're in this rush. Don't kill yourself trying to get rich or die trying. I think that's kind of a ridiculous mentality, honestly. And just enjoy life, and the women will always be there, and you'll actually have more fun with them the less money you have. So that's the moral of the story, guys. That's my millionaire ex-girlfriend. You know, hope you enjoyed it.